I'd now like to welcome everyone to the AUA 2011 Annual Conference. This year we celebrate 50 years of our professional association, our Golden Jubilee. This is an unprecedented time for higher education. Never has for us as managers and administrators to be informed, engaged, and passionate about what we do. Your professional association. Our conference this year, our Jubilee Conference, is packed with inspiring speakers, inspiring sessions, pertinent speakers, pertinent sessions. I encourage all of you to make use of your days here to learn, to network, to take back to your institutions new ideas and thoughts, to challenge established ways of thinking and doing things. With that, I Sir David Greenaway, Chancellor of Nottingham University, to open our conference and to introduce our plenary speaker.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you, Chris. It's a pleasure to be here. AUA, as Chris says, has been running for 50 years, so it must be doing some things right to have lasted that long in the modern world. Helping to professionalise what we used to generically call administration into the professional services that underpin the core of what we do in universities, higher education institutions in the United Kingdom, the teaching and learning, the research and knowledge transfer. And we are in a period of significant change. And in managing and adapting to that change, we'll need ever more effective professional services within our universities, and professional services that engage ever more effectively with other parts of the institution, and particularly the academic parts of the institution. And if I think in that regard, the progress that we see in integrating and developing the relationship between our professional services and schools, we as an institution have made a few years. You will enjoy the facilities of the university while you're here. This is the biggest of our 1928, and it was a pretty mature park and estate even before we came to University Park, or were brought here by Jesse Boots, who had this vision for a great university, as he called it, in the East Midlands. It's a wonderful environment, looked after superbly well by our estates people. Do take the opportunity to get out and see some of the gardens, use some of the tracks for running or biking. Just take advantage of the facilities. And if you've got the time, 1 mile from here is one of the other Nottingham campuses, a Jubilee campus. I'd certainly urge you to visit that because it's very different to University Park. I'm also very proud of that campus because we've re-energised a fairly run-down part of our city in developing Jubilee campus and brought real signature architecture to a part of the city where you wouldn't expect to find it. Just a mile from here, or there's a shuttle bus that runs you up there. I've been given the pleasure and the privilege of introducing our first keynote speaker, Dame Tanni Gray-Thompson. I suppose the expression household name, particularly in the sporting world, is a fairly cliched expression. And I'm a bit of a sports nut, especially where football's concerned. And the half-life of household names is pretty short. You know, it survives a season or a couple of seasons. Sometimes, if they're really important athletes, it survives a career. Now, in Tanni Gray-Thompson's case, her record of sporting accomplishment is quite astonishing. 5 Olympics. Over those 5 Olympics, she's won 11 gold medals, won 6 London wheelchair marathons. You know, one could go on. And the public recognition that she's received for those accomplishments, real and former DB and a membership of the awards. But I think her household name, because I think more than anybody else in our generation, she's changed the way in which the public look at sports for disabled athletes. And she's changed the level of public interest in and engagement with sports for disabled athletes. And that is an extraordinary